Well, hello. I'm very sorry for what's just happened, actually. What's just happened, in fact, is that the program changed without me knowing. And I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs and drinking my coffee, and I'm going out live. I do apologise. But anyway, we're here now, and we're here with the show, and today we're going to run it for about an hour. In fact, we'll run it until it'll be 19:53 when it finishes. I better get it on time because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. Right, so let's get on with it. How are you today? Are you all well? I hope you are, because I've got quite a bit to pack in. But just before we go into anything at all, I'm going to get my little bits of paper and everything all in order. And away we can go. I hope you've had a good week this week. We certainly have, and things have been going pretty well. We've had a few storms over here in Spain, which is nice. You know, like in England and places like that, when you get a storm and it starts raining, everybody runs in the house. You know, but over here we all kind of run outside to get the best we can out of the weather. Now, I'm going to try and talk a little bit clearer because I still have a little bit of trouble with the quality of the sound, and a lot of it's to do with the acoustics in the room, but we'll fix it eventually. And as I said before, Best Before TV and me, we're doing these shows, these live shows for you, because for people who of a certain age, like me, and this is for you. You know, you can get in touch with us, and whilst I'm on air, you can actually get in touch with me whilst I'm on air, and send me an email if you want to, or you can, if you're into Twitter, you can do it by Twitter, and I'll tell you what it is. And also, if you go to the website now, on the website on www.bestbeforetv.com, you have a live chat thing, and I can see as the messages come in, and I can respond to them whilst I'm on air. I would say, welcome, I'm Mike, live, that's Mike, live, and I'm Mike, and the mic is live. Do you get that? Oh, that's how it goes. Also, you can send me an email, which we've just done, haven't we? But you can send me Twitter at bestbeforet, and that's Twitter, bestbeforet. And the email, I said the email, didn't I? Or didn't I? Oh, I can't tell you again. The email is bestbeforetv@gmail.com. All right, now I'm going to start the show off a bit different today because my hero of the week is the person who is going to lead me into the first topic that I'm going to discuss. And again, I want to just say to you that if you have something on your mind or something you think needs putting out there, I'm going to do what you ask. If you want to discuss a particular topic, then tell me and I will research it and I'll do it best as I can, and you can have your say. We can be the voice of us older people, because right now the young people don't give a monkeys about us, to be honest. I mean, and most of them would rather see us go to Dignitas. Anyway, I know I'm speaking out of turn, but I don't care really. I'm allowed to, getting comfortable on my seat. I'm allowed to say what I want. I'm old. I'm 70 in August. Yeah, I don't think that's old. Somebody told me that at 70 years old, it's the new middle age. Well, I hope so. So that means I've got a few years left. Anyway, let's get into it, and we've got an hour. We're also going out live on YouTube as well. We've actually got to do that now. And so YouTube, if anybody on YouTube is watching us, hello, how are you doing? This is the old git, but I'm out in my other guys today, which is Mike Live, and the live is Mike, or the mic is live, whichever you want to say it. Right, so hero of the week, we're going to start with that because he leads me, and it is a he again, he leads me on to a topic that I want to discuss. So let's give the 30-second fanfare for the hero of the week. It's in there, and he's absolutely brilliant. What did he do? Well, I'll tell you what he did. In fact, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you what he did and why he's the hero of the week. This is why. And here is the hero of the week, Super Walker. And there he is, that's what he did. I mean, people are getting so fed up of these climate change. I'm going to lean over and do this because for some reason I'm not going out live on YouTube. Let's have a look what's going on here. I don't know. I've never done this before. Let me get out live. No? It says we are. It says the stream is excellent. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we'll try and get it working. I mean, I've got to do this as we're talking, as we're going along. But I really would like to get it working because, I think there's a lot of people on YouTube that would like to see this going out live. Let's have a look. Anyway, we'll do the best as we can. I'm going to see what's going on here. I don't know. Anyway, we started streaming and it's going out and we're supposed to be, it says done there and what have you. And, oh, it says it's live. All right. Oh, there we go. We're on there. Well, I'm sorry about that. Next time we do these programs, I'll know how to do it, won't I? Or I think I might know how to do it, I don't know. But there we go. We're going out live on Ustream. Sorry for those people who missed the beginning. Come earlier next week. No. Anyway, out we go. We're going live. So, hero of the week. There he goes. That's the man. And I don't know his name. I don't know his, but he's just like a lot of people right now are getting really frustrated with these Just Stop Oil people. They really are getting fed up. And for me, I can see why they are. I mean, they're stopping people from going to their work. They're stopping ambulances. There's all kinds of things that they're doing that's stopping people from going about their business. And that's not good. And for me, I think what they need to do is get a life. They need to start going to work and forget about Just Stop Oil. We can't just stop oil. It's not possible to just stop oil right now. Not at all. No, because we need fossil fuels right now. There's no alternative. People are working, right? But it's not happening. But what I want to do is look at this in a different way, because everybody's saying, oh, we need to stop them, we need to stop them. And what I want to do is something different. I want to do something totally different. And that is, look at what's behind Just Stop Oil. Okay? And the kind of people that are doing this, they just get in on my wick. I mean, here they are. These are them. I mean, look at them. These are the people that are just stopping oil. Well, they're not just stopping oil. They're making fools of themselves. I mean, they're making people frustrated and angry, like the man there ripping out the banners. You know, it just isn't right. It isn't right. and they need to get a life. And if they want to protest, go to China or go to India and go to them countries where they're actually taking advantage of the fact that we're stupid over it. We're going to get rid of fossil fuel by, 2030, 2050, and we'll all be driving electric cars, which is ridiculous because they're behind electric cars. Electric cars are a very polluted car. It's got a lot of pollution behind it. Not whilst you're driving it, it's before and after. But that's another program. And a little clue to that is that last week I spoke about Lord Bamford, and I think he's a pioneer. And what a man. And he's pouring millions into his company and developing hydrogen engines, which people already use. Proved technology, in fact. I mean, the technology of a hydrogen car has been, it's been in, I think it was in the 1800s, the first engine, internal combustion engine, was powered by hydrogen. And it's proved and tested technology. But again, I would like to do a program on what I can see happening in the future with all these EVs that are going around. But anyway, we carry on. The Just Stop Oil protesters go about this, and to me, they all look like zombies. They all look brainwashed. They all look, oh, we're going to die. We're not going to die. There's been at least recorded 4 ice ages. The planet's been in 4 ice ages as far as has been recorded, and the planet does naturally change. And I'm not saying that we don't pollute the atmosphere in some way. Of course, I'm sure we do. Yes, but what I'm saying is it's not all down to man, and we should really adapt. We shouldn't be. We should be adapting to the way the planet going. I think that's what man had to do in the past, and I'm sure that's what man would do right now. So think on. I think you're being absolutely stupid, and you're making enemies of a lot of people. And I can see a lot of you going to jail because people want the law changing and they want you to go. But let's get into the part that I'm really interested in, and what is behind the Just Stop Oil people. Well, I think it's something to do with this lady here, but I'm not going to tell you who she is yet until we go into what is the Climate Emergency Fund. Now, the Climate Emergency Fund is proud. I mean, I'm going to just go into a little bit of their garb that they put out, okay, to set the scene before we get to this lady. And they put out things like this. The Climate Emergency Fund is proud to support many of the groups that are leading the way, galvanizing progress on climate through disruptive, non-violent activism around the world. We're deeply grateful to our donors for making it possible. Now, that's the end of the bit of garb there, but donors. How much money have they got? Climate Emergency Fund made $5 million in grants in 2022. This is 3 times more than they did in 2021. Hang on a minute. $5 million? That's not a bad, chunk of wedge, is it? $5 million into the Climate Emergency Fund. These idiots that go out protesting, we do it because of the love of the planet. We don't get paid. We're all going to die. That's how they go about their business. But these people behind it, they're clever people. Just latched on to know how to make a dollar. Again, they go on to say things like, we supported a NASA scientist who went viral, sounding the alarm on the climate emergency by chaining himself to the Chase Bank. Hooray! He chained himself to a bank. He's a NASA scientist. He could be the scientist who designed the space toilet for the space station. You know, they make out that they've got the backing of very influential people, and I suspect there is some people from different countries who are backing them, i.e. China, India, places that are laughing at the UK and Europe and the USA. And they said, and the bold activists protesting at major sporting events and museums and social sciences increasingly recognize the powerful positive impact of protest as a force for policy change. Listen, we have a government and you change it through the legal ways. You vote or go and stand for Parliament yourself. And also, you know, it's like, I've got to go a bit more into them. It says things like, the specific success of Climate Emergency Fund and our amazing guarantees was captured in the New York Times feature story in August, and we are so grateful for the positive coverage. Well, you know, I think somebody must have been drunk when they were writing the article, as far as I'm concerned. And what else have they put? Oh, yes. And on an organisational level, this is in their blurb, in 2022 was characterised by strategic growth, as well as, in addition to the welcoming Don't Look Up director Adam McKay to our board of directors. They're all getting in on the act, eh? Ooh, money, money, money. And we also welcome 2 new full-time staff members, an executive assistant and development officer to complete our small but mighty team. Well, keep it tight so you can get more wages out of it. Get these idiots out on the road, gluing themselves to the road, and you just keep taking the money. And it says, we intend to maintain our staffing, as well as we seek to massively scale up our financial support for the brave activists and front lines of the climate movement. Yes, okay. Yes. I still haven't told you who she is, have I? We'll get on to that. And then it goes on to give a little bit of a disclaimer, like, the Climate Emergency Fund does not have an endowment. We raise all of the funds we give away, and we provide a safe, legal, tax deductible way to support the boldest activism. Very, 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 very good. That's sort of like accountant speak, isn't it? You know, they're into this. And where's he got? Even at this late hour, there are still reasons for hope. And we thank you for your support as we look to safeguard the future that sustains life on our planet and onwards. Sounds like Buzz Lightyear. Anyway, now, who's the driving force behind this ludicrous fund, turning protesting into a lucrative industry and disrupting ordinary people's lives? Now, they've got a very slick website, and the publicity is very, very good, and, you know, good PR. They make sure they're all over every social media place you can be, spouting their, you know, their, we're all going to die business. And whilst they're doing it, they're raising lots and lots of money. Now, you know, I always think about this. When people are raising so much money, where does it go? Now let's have a look at this lady, shall we? Who is she? Now, her name is Margaret Klein Salomon, PhD. Educated. And she's the executive director. Now, she's Margaret Klein Salomon, PhD, is a clinical psychologist turned climate warrior whose work helps people to face the deeply frightening, painful truth of climate emergency and transforms their despair into effective action. And she's the founder and principal of Climate Awakening, which seeks to transform the climate movement by holding thousands of emotional small group conversations about the climate. Now, here we go. She's using her psychologist ways and having these discussions with small groups and filling their head full of rubbish so they'll go out and protest and then they can raise more money. Hey, good stuff, eh? Isn't that good? That's what they're doing. Now, she she's the executive director of the Climate Emergency Fund. Oh, so she holds the purse strings, her and her staff. And the staff, I've seen the pictures. I've actually found pictures of a lot of the staff that work for this organisation. And believe me, they look like people who've been smoking marijuana since they were 6 years old. I can't take them seriously, not the way that they behave. It's not the way to do things. You know, if there's change to the climate, then obviously there's other ways of doing it. Not disrupting ordinary people's lives, people who are trying to go out and just earn a living. We're in the middle of a recession. We just had a pandemic. People are trying to get out of that. People are trying to get back to work and recoup their funds. And these idiots are out on the street. And it just shows you, I mean, and a lot of them, I'm sorry, they're all at these very rich dinner parties, you know, oh, it's terrible what's happening to the climate, you know, the oiks are not doing what they should. It's that. If you're in that sort of set, they don't care about climate change, it's just a topic. Oh, we'll give them a few $1,000s to help them on their way. Okay. What does she do when she's not working for climate? She enjoys pure bar workouts, Civil War and social movement history, and The Sopranos. Oh, so she's a kind of mafiaite who likes to upset and get involved in social history or try and make social history. And I know she lives in Brooklyn, New York, with a husband and a puppy. Well, look, if I knew where she lived, I'd go and paint a door and see how she likes. You know, I want to stand outside and, you know, glue myself to a doorstep or something. You know, I can't find a lot about her or her husband or how much she's worth because it's not there. If anybody can find it, let me know. I mean, that's a thing that you can do. You can let me know if you find anything out about this woman. But that's who it is. Now, again, we'll go back to these protesters here. These are the dummies that follow this, which I think is becoming a religion to some of them. I mean, you look at the faces of them when they're standing there, they're like dead pan. It's like they're already dead. What do you think? I mean, you can send me an email, you can send me a Twitter, you know, you can see it going along the bottom of the screen there. bestbeforetv.com. You can go to the website and there's a chat thing on there, and you can go live on there and send me a message and I can see it. Or you can Twitter me at bestbeforet. That's it, bestbeforet, and send me a Twitter message and I'll get that. I'll look at everything as it comes in and I'll reply to them. If you ask me a question, I'll give you the answer. I'm not afraid to say I'm of that age, and this TV station is, a lot of people we've had about, how many people have watched it? About 97,000 people have been watching the TV whilst it's been watched. I don't go on YouTube because sometimes I might have an issue with the old copyright thing. So I just run it from my own server, and we only do films and TV programs and old adverts from the 30s to the 60s, and nobody makes any money. Do it all myself. So what do you do? You get in touch with me that way. So let me know what you think, and away we go. Now, I think we've had enough of them. I think really we've had enough of them. So what shall we do now? Shall we go to something else? Yes, why not? Let's lighten it up a little bit, and before we go to the next topic, which is another one that I'm going to have a rant about. And this time, I'm going to look at on this day in history. How about that? this day in history, in 2013, the largest flag made was in Romania. Useless information, but there you go. Somebody's got to tell you about it. 2013, the town of Clinceni in Romania has claimed the Guinness World Record for the largest flag ever made, and the flag measured 1,145 feet by 744 feet. That's what I like, all money, never mind these centimetres. And it weighed 5 tons, taking up 7 acres of field, and it was estimated that 44 miles of thread was needed to complete the project. Hey, there you go. That was in 2013 on this day, 27th of May. Now, where we go next? Let's have a look at this, shall we? Where do you think we are now? We are in the US of A. The 27th of May, 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge connecting San Francisco to Marin County, California, is open to pedestrians, and then a traffic. More than 200,000 pedestrians walked across on the opening day. That's a fantastic amount of people to walk over that bridge. And on the very next day, the Golden Gate Bridge was open to vehicles, and away they went. What else have we got? Oh, this one, I like it. I like this a lot. I thought we'd sort of start with this. Can we put them? Put the music. I like the song. Green Shield stamps, eh?
We know what you want, we've got what you want.
More than 1,500 items in every S&H redemption store.
You get what you want when you want it.
Yes, green stamps. I have to play. Okay, on the 27th of May, 1989, S&H green stamps. S&H green stamps. Unfortunately, they finished. Well, did you used to collect? Is there anybody? I bet you used to collect them, didn't you? The stamps had been in existence before that for 94 years, and it's in its heyday in the 60s, when it was an important part of the retirement industry. And very few people did not collect the Green Shield stamps. And they used to trade them for things like toasters and other gadgets. It's now passed due to many things, ranging from the increase in discount coupons and the change in work patterns, including women's working. So, you know, you used to get it with your petrol as well, didn't you? You really, yeah, I used to get it with petrol. So I really like the actual advert. It's pretty good, isn't it? You know.
Green stamps at your S&H redemption store. There's exactly the gift you've been saving for.
We know what you want, we've got what you want.
More than 1,500 items in every S&H redemption store.
Oh yeah, 1,500 items in the book. Yeah, used to save your stamps, take your book of stamps in and get them changed for your items. Brilliant. Okay, just to keep things a little bit light-hearted again, let's have a look at people who were born and died and have birthdays today from history, shall we? Whatever. Let's go to this one first. This one is... You recognise this man? Do you recognise this man? It's Heinz Kissinger, or as he's better known, his better known name is Henry, isn't he? Henry Kissinger. Is that what they call him? Yeah, Harry? Henry. I don't know. He was the US Secretary of State and a political scientist. Do political scientists use test tubes? I don't know. Born in Germany to a Jewish family, Henry Kissinger fled Germany with his family in 1938 and for the US. And he served as the National Security Advisor from 1969, and then as U.S. Secretary for the state for 1973 to 1977 under both presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. And during this period, Kissinger played a major role in directing U.S. and foreign policy. His pragmatic approach, labelled realpolitik, that was the sort of catch thing, and he practiced a policy of detente with the Soviet Union and made the first official contact with communist China. So Mr. Trump wasn't first. Now, this chair gets so uncomfortable when I'm here. Anyway, Kissinger. See, you can be really relaxed, can't you, when you do this kind of thing? Kissinger was controversially awarded the 1973 Nobel Peace Prize for negotiating a ceasefire during the Vietnam War. He was also the founder and chairman of the geopolitical consulting firm Kissinger Associates. He also an author of a number of influential works on foreign policy, published both during and after his time in office. He was born on this day, the 27th of May, 1923. His birthplace was Fürth in Bavaria, Germany, and his age is 99. And his Chinese zodiac symbol is the pig. No, don't be nasty now. All right, let's go to the next one. Who we got next? We have, oh yes, Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee was born in England. He's a British actor known for his horror film and for playing memorable villains. Oh yes. And Lee began his film career working for Hammer Films, which he did for 2 decades. His most famous role as Dracula. He scared the pants off anybody, couldn't he, Christopher Lee? He later then branched out into appearing in critically acclaimed Wicker Man. Does anybody remember that film? It was 1970. And as the Bond villain, Scaramanga, in The Man with the Golden Gun in 1974. He kind of returned to the limelight as Saruman in Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings film, and Lee also celebrated with the filmmaker Tim Burton, and he appeared in 5 of his films. Now, I never knew this about Christopher Lee, but apparently he released a metal album called Show Homage, By the Sword and the Cross, and Lee was then knighted in 2009. He was born the 27th of May 1922 in London in England, and his Chinese zodiac is the dog. All right, should we do just one more? Yeah, go on, let's just do one more. This one I like this because connotations of gunfights at the OK Corral and all that sort of stuff. If you like westerns when you were a kid. Wild Bill Hickok. His full name was James Butler Hickok. His profession was a folk hero of American Old West. Is that a profession? Well, I suppose so. In the United States of America. He was a skilled gunfighter and a gambler who was involved in several notable shootouts. Along with his reputation as a lawman, this provided the basis for his enduring fame. Did I say fame? He fought and spied for the Union Army during the American Civil War and gained publicity after the war as a scout, marksman, actor, and professional gambler. As we say, he was born on the 27th, which is today's date, in 1837 in Troy Grove, Illinois, USA. His English sign, or his sign is obviously a Gemini, isn't he? He died August the 2nd in 1876, aged 39. Cause of death? Gunshot wound. All right, well, that's kind of good, isn't it? Where are we going next? Let's go quickly and swiftly on to something else that really gets on my nerves, which is this. The problems of migrants crossing the channel in little boats. And I'm going to run through them quick because, like I said, I've only got an hour. And I made a little bit of a cock up at the beginning of the show, and I'm sorry. But there you go. Just one on my own. The figures for immigration have just come out in the UK, and the total long-term immigration was estimated around 1.2 million in 2022, and emigration was, that's people leaving, 557,000. So, what can I say? which means the migration continues to add to the population of Britain with a net migration of 606,000. And most people arriving in the UK in 2022 were non-EU nationals, 925,000 in fact, followed by EU nationals, 151,000, and British returning, or British passport holders, 88,000. Now, those figures are a little bit shocking because the infrastructure needed to actually control all this and take care of these people with the doctors and the education of the schools, the roads, the housing, and everything is not there. We don't have it. It's a small island, and the population is getting overrun. And Suella Braverman, who is probably the best Home Secretary that the British could have, is thwarted at every turn she makes. Not only by the lefties in the Labour Party, but from within her own party. And on top of all that, she's has to contend with all these lefty lawyers too. They're making a fortune out of defending these illegal people, these people who come illegally. You know, nobody doesn't want people to come to the country. They do. They contribute. Look, people who came in the 50s and 60s, they came the right way. They've lived and they've paid their tax and they've contributed to the country and they've made their lives and their children have been educated. And now they're like everybody else. They're getting penalised because the government has to pay over $7 million a day out, whatever it is, to keep hold of these people. And on top of that, she also has to contend with the old age pensioners' home, the House of Lords, whoever they might be, that go to sleep there every day. She has to contend with all that. So will it ever end? Well, I don't know. I really, really don't know. So that's my other bugbear. If you've got an opinion, let me know. Send me an email or send me a TikTok or not TikTok, a Twitch, a Twitter. Yeah, a Twitter. Sorry, one of them, or an email, or go to the website at www.bestbeforetv.com and send it on the little thing we got there. See, I talk very technical, don't I? The little thing we got on there that you can send a message on, lad. That one, yeah. Send us a message there. Now, Suella has come up with a bill that could lead to 3,000 asylum seekers being deported each month. Now, that's good news for people that want to get rid of them because they are becoming a problem. I'm sorry, I know they're not leaving war-torn countries. Most of the people who will be deported are just economic migrants who try to come and bleed the system dry. But then a leaked document on illegal migration, a bill, said that legal aid fees will need to rise to ensure legal cover. Now, come on, are they entitled to this? They're illegal people. They break the law. Go to any other country without a passport, and they'll just put you back on a plane and send you on. It's only the UK that are so stupid and let it all go. Anyway, I digress. So we leave it there. And if you've got anything to say about migration, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Now, what time have we got left? We've got a little bit of time. A bit of a sad one, this one. We'll lighten the load a little bit after this, but Celine Dion. I heard about her being ill, and she's got what is, it's called human statue disease. And I didn't know what it was. It's a human statue disease. What is that? Because she's a lovely lady. She's been in the business for a long time. She's made some fantastic music, and I think she lost her husband, who was quite a bit older than her, and she's not at all nice. So I thought, well, what is this illness she's got? Let's find out what it is. And it's SPS. It's that's what its official title is SPS. And it's a rare progressive neurological disorder of the central nervous system. And it affects around 1 in a million people, according to the National Organization for Rare Disorders. That's NORD for short. If left untreated, it can lead to permanent disability or death. Now, I feel sorry for her. I mean, Celine's just cancelled all of her tour dates for 2023 and 2024. She continues to deal with this illness. And I feel very, very sorry for her because she's a lovely. We've just lost Tina Turner, 83 years old. What another one that's made history. She's a woman that came from nothing, had nothing, and did everything. But let's stay with Celine Dion. She said, "I'm sorry to disappoint." I mean, she thinks about her fans. "I'm sorry to disappoint all of you once again. I'm working really hard to build back my strength, but touring can be very difficult. And even when you're 100%, the 55-year-old Canadian singer said in a statement posted on her website, "Well, we wish her luck. We want to see her back on the stage." And I don't know if there's a cure. I didn't get that far to see whether there's a cure. It's not fair to keep postponing the shows. And even though it breaks my heart, it's the best that we cancel everything now until I'm really ready to be back on the stage again. I want you all to know I'm not giving up, and I can't wait to see you again. Well, Celine, we hope you do come back and do what you do best, which is entertain and make some fantastic music. And that's Celine Dion. Have we got much time left? I don't know. I'm not going to miss it this time because it automatically goes back into the playlist and then cuts me off. So I don't want to sort of leave it off bait. 1948. Yeah, we've got time to do this. Let's do some weird facts, shall we? Weird but true facts.
Welcome to the weird world of stuff you didn't know, but glad you know it now. Keep watching. You never know what is coming next.
Well, you never know what's coming next. So, weird facts. Did you know that pilots never eat the same meal? It's a simple yet effective precaution. It's a standard practice that airline pilots and their co-pilots eat different meals before and during their flights. This is done by or told by a Business Insider. The reasoning is pretty simple. If one pilot gets sick due to a grumpy meal and becomes incapacitated, the other pilot can take over. While it isn't a mandated rule by the Federal Aviation Administration or the CAA. Many airlines set their own standards of practice, but most industry insiders contend that pilots typically eat the first class meal while the co-pilot eats business class. I like that. That is really, really good. What else have we got? I did this one because I live in Spain. Right, now, science finds that Spanish is the happiest language according to the USA Today. A study evaluating 10 major languages found that Spanish is the happiest language. Of course it is. By going through volumes of text, which included books, new captions, the Twitterverse, and other forms of content. And researchers chose the top 10,000 most popular words and ranked them dreary to dreamy. Oh, well, that's nice, isn't it? And for instance, the word greed would receive a low score, while love received a high score. Now, after tallying the scores, the Spanish had the happiest vernacular. Muy bien. Very good. Muy bien. See, that's Spanish. English came third, which ain't too bad. Of the 10 tested, Chinese tended to be the most negative. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We like your food. Like Chinese food. Where are we? We still got time? Yeah, we still got time. We've got a few minutes left. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. This one is Lake Hillier in Australia, which is a bubblegum pink. It's got bubblegum pink water, as you can see in the picture there. Australian Lake Hillier might have the most unique and pretty waters in the world. It sits right next to the Pacific Ocean, which makes its natural colour really pop in comparison. It has plenty of fish living in the water and is even safe for swimming, although tourists aren't allowed in the water. The reason for the Lake Hillier colour remains a mystery, but most likely it's caused by algae bacterial or a chemical reaction. I like swimming there, yeah. Pink Lake, not bad, is it? And we got time for another one? Yeah, we got time for another one. I think we have. Try not to go over time. This one, we'll do this one. Okay, are you ready? Yes. Trevi Fountain, that's in Rome, makes about $1.7 million per year in coinage. Ah, yeah, there we go. The Trevi Fountain is one of the most iconic sculptures in Rome. It's also a philanthropic feature of Italian capital. While it's hard to gauge how many dreams come true among the coin tossers, the 18th century fountain takes about 1.7 million per year, according to the Smithsonian Magazine. So they say if you toss a coin while wishing for the poor, you get good luck. Historically, the money is made from the dream and the coin tossing Trevi Fountain into Trevi Fountain goes to the Caritas, which is a Catholic charity that aids the poor. So there you go. So that's the show for today. I think we're going to get there because I really did mess it up at the beginning because I thought it was going to start an hour later. Well, it's in new money all the time. You know what I mean? So it should finish any second now. And so we're going to go into the tiles. Thanks for watching. Get in touch with me. Send me an email, Twitter, whatever it is you want to do. And I'll certainly reply to them. And also a copy of this video will go up on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch it again, you can watch it on YouTube. So it's Mike with the live mic saying it's time for me to go.